Welcome back to My Window. All week long, we're sitting at the heart of Halloween and fall, shooting My Window from the well-known Central Oregon Pumpkin Company. Matt Lizignoli and his family have been running this pumpkin patch for 12 years now, and is here with us today to talk about what's new in this place that feels like a throwback to the past. Everywhere you go, it's like new, old, new, old. It's a nice little vibe you have set up here.
When we moved here, this farm was run down in disrepair, full of weeds. But we love the charm, the old barn that we're sitting in, and all the other old buildings. This farm was established in 1911, and I don't know when this barn was built, but it was a turkey farm, I believe, during World War II. There's been all kinds of history here. But when we came across the property in 2001, there was, it hadn't been farmed for several years, and it was not abandoned, there was an absentee owner in California. And 4 days after I saw it, we were in California and at her door and
asking to buy?
Told her, yeah, we're interested in buying it, not renting it. And so we put the deal together and then started doing the improvements. And we really appreciate the charm and the historical value of this farm. So that's the last thing we want to do is contaminate it by fancy new buildings. We've done some improvements on the animal house. That was pretty bad shape, and we basically took the building apart, put a foundation under it, put it back, and then with new interior wood, but then put the old wood over the outside of it, and it's hard to tell it's even a new building.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I personally love about the charm here is the oldness about it, but it's all put together really well. And for somebody, well, for anyone who hasn't been here, which I can't imagine if you've been in Central Oregon, never coming here, what do they get? I mean, what are we going to see when we come this year?
Well, to back up just a moment, I thought as a farm, well, when we first moved here, we moved here quickly. We had a pumpkin patch in Redmond for 3 years, and we moved here in 2001, just a few days before the Twin Towers were bombed in September. And we didn't have a TV hooked up or anything, but we got a notice that the field we were at in Redmond was, the road was going to be removed or excavated for several months. So we moved here right away and didn't really have enough time to tell our clientele that we were going to be here.
Right.
So the first 2 years was really slow. We didn't have a lot of business, but as people figured out where we were and what we had, the business started building from there.
Well, this might be a stupid question, but how long does it take to have a harvest like you have now? I mean, that can't be an overnight endeavor. Is that, you know? We
work 11 months of the year. We're trying to improve buildings and the grounds. We're still in the building process. And because there was so much work to do here, and we want to do it right, and we want to, I won't rush a project. I'd rather know exactly where we're headed with it, and we've changed our ideas on several things. We started with an idea, and then it, circumstances change, or what we decide will be appropriate changes. And we have so many compliments. Just last weekend, I had a lot of people come up and thank us for doing this, for putting it together. They have such a great time here, and it makes it worthwhile. I enjoy doing it. It's very stressful to pull it together.
Well, you're like it's like Super Bowl time right now. Like
yes.
you've been playing all season long, and now it's time for the big game, Halloween.
Exactly. And so we do a lot of other farming. We supply pumpkins to most of Central Oregon, to the grocery stores. We ship a lot of them over to Portland, and we're full-time farmers beyond that. We grow carrot seed and grass seed and hay and several other crops. I mean, my family is supported entirely by agriculture.
Yeah, which seems to be a lot, just north of Terrebonne in this area, how it's just growing out. When you go out Lower Bridge and that whole area, that corridor is all it just keeps coming and coming and coming. And it's different in every microclimate too. I've heard that quite a bit.
Well, they say that Terrebonne's a banana belt. Central Oregon, I don't know about that. We figured this is as far north as we could go and still be able to grow pumpkins, but as far south as we could come and excuse me, I did that backwards. As far south as we can come to grow pumpkins, but as far north as we could go to draw people from Bend and Redmond
Yeah.
to our retail operation.
Well, the backdrop of Smith Rock isn't too bad.
It's not bad
either.
no.
So if someone comes out here, I know that during the week, I think it's Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays, the schools come and it's packed out here. If someone comes out here, what are they going to see? I know the maze is different.
Yeah, we do the different theme every year on the maze. I mean, a cornfield's a cornfield. And we decided several years ago that we would dress it up. So we came up with an Egyptian theme was the first one, and we built a sphinx out of straw. And every year after that.
Simple endeavor.
Why not?
Build a sphinx.
So we've been to the conventions, the company we do the maze with, they're out of Utah, and we went to their meetings, and a lot of the people that have the corn mazes and pumpkin patches, they're saying, well, we just never know what to do every year, and we're thinking, you know, gosh, we got the next 5 years booked.
Yeah.
So last year was Pac-Man, and it's great to come up with just a creative idea, and then the response from the people. I mean, a corn maze is just a corn maze, but there's a lot of interest in families just coming out to be together to do an activity that's clean, it's outdoors, it's in a beautiful setting. It's been really well received.
Well, and the whole place is really just wonderful. Later on this week, John's going to do a little pumpkin shooting, and I'll get out there myself, which is really nice. That's my favorite thing out here. But
Okay.
Matt, thank you for letting us be here this week. We really appreciate it, and we are really happy to spend the rest of the week here. So
Great.
have a great rest of your season. You're almost, it's like the tax man at the end
Yes.
of April 15th. After Halloween, you might get a little break.
Yeah, I got 2 weeks until it's April 16th.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. All right, my window will be right back.
thank you.